What is up, guys? It's your boy Gamers Goon here today to talk about Extreme Rules. So, the Extreme Rules build wasn't necessarily the best. We all know that. It could have been built up a whole lot better. And there's some matches that I'm thinking might be on the card, but they're not on the card as announced. We're not going to predict those. But we are going to predict the matches that are listed as going to happen at Extreme Rules in Pennsylvania. And the one most likely to start out the pre-show is going to be the New Day and Sanity. In this match, I don't see Sanity losing. Sanity's lost 2 matches already. They lost their first pay-per-view match along with their first match on SmackDown Live. And I think, you know what, you can't do them dirty. You got to give them a win over the New Day. The New Day is one of the best tag teams, whether you like it or not, in recent memory, and Sanity could build off a win against a team such as the New Day, and they could put on a good match too, because we all know the New Day is capable of putting on some of the best tag team matches that we've seen over the past couple years. And I think New Day and Sanity can really do something special, but it is on the pre-show, so it will have the limitations, but it probably won't be anything too spectacular. But this match could be really good if it was given the time. But I do believe Sanity is going to come out victorious in this one. Next, we're going to talk about the match that I think is probably going to start off the show, if I would make a bet. Now, they usually put the high work rate match at the beginning, get the crowd worked up a little bit for the rest of the night, and that match comes in Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre obviously being on the side of Dolph Ziggler, and it's a 30-minute man iron match, so this could be really interesting. I think that Drew McIntyre will get involved with one of the pins or counts or whatever to help Dolph Ziggler go up one, but then I believe he will get ejected from the ringside, and Seth Rollins will have to make the babyface comeback. And I think since it doesn't look like they're going Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and there's not much else for him to do unless an idea I propose in a minute comes to fruition, I think Dolph Ziggler is going to drop the title to Seth Rollins, and that could be because somebody comes to counter Drew McIntyre, and that somebody could be Dean Ambrose. I hear he's cleared. He's been in the Performance Center training. Why not bring him in? Have him help Seth Rollins regain the title, and then Dean Ambrose can be like, wait a minute, I helped you. I don't know why I even helped you, because you turned your back on me. I want a match against you at SummerSlam. Could work. Could be the blood feud, inner feud. He can go along and say, actually, I don't know why I did that, because you had Jason Jordan help you. You didn't call me. You didn't say anything about me. You were all worried about yourself. It could be very easily used there to bring Dean Ambrose back in and actually get a match at SummerSlam if you want to. Next, we're going to talk about the match that I am least looking forward to. It's the only match with the Extreme Rules stipulation on it. It's Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Now, Ronda Rousey will be sitting ringside during this match, which does lead me to believe that since this was already pre-announced, that Ronda Rousey, being in an Extreme Rules match, is going to get in the ring and try to cost Alexa the title. I don't know how she's going to do it. I don't know how it goes about. But I feel like she's going to try and fail to cost Alexa the title. And somehow, this is all going to come back to bite Nia Jax in the back. Alexa Bliss is somehow going to beat Nia Jax by some dirty tactic, which is legal. And then Ronda Rousey, after the match, is going to have an after-match beatdown on Alexa Bliss. And then I believe she's cleared for Monday night. And if she is cleared to come back from her vacation or whatever, I think it's plenty fine to start building up their feud for SummerSlam. What else are you gonna do? I don't see Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey again. because the whole premise of Nia Jax losing the title in the first place due to the cash-in, I think, was so Ronda Rousey has a good heel to go against. But I don't think Vince realized how good Nia Jax could be with Ronda Rousey, which was actually pretty decent. This match, it's probably going to be like last year's kendo stick on a pole match. Nobody's going to care. It's going to make both the women look worthless. It's not going to do anything for anybody. And it's really sad that Ronda Rousey might be involved in this segment. Next, we're going to talk about Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the B Team for the for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Now, in this match, I am expecting one of two things. I either expect Bo Dallas to get the winning pin on Bray Wyatt, or I expect some kind of screw-over finish. Somehow, some way, the B Team gets disqualified. They're going to end up getting a rematch over at SummerSlam, and they're going to win there. But I think the whole goal of this entire feud is to get the titles on the B Team, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I don't see why you push the B Team the way they have recently without giving them the title. I don't see what the point is of even making them look as strong as they have without the tag team gold. So if they're going to make sense of this whole B Team run as of late, they need to give them the titles, let them run with it, see what they can do, and get the titles off them before WrestleMania season, and let us have a good WrestleMania feud going on into WrestleMania season. But as of now, I think the right choice is the B Team, and I think that's actually who they're going to go with, and providing some screw-over finish that I don't doubt they'll do something where maybe it's a count-out. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. Next, we're going to talk about one of my favorites on the show. Now, Finn Balor used to be a favorite of mine back in NXT when he put on that glorious match against Kevin Owens in that ladder match. But now, when I think of it, he hasn't done much on main roster besides win the first Universal Championship. He hasn't done anything since then, really. And he's fighting Baron Corbin on this show. Now, Baron Corbin, I'm liking his new gimmick. I really am. Constable Corbin is a really good gimmick. I think it fits him. There's something about him wearing a polo while he wrestles that I like the look. I don't know why. And I think, really, it makes more sense to give Corbin the victory than it does Balor. I mean, Finn Balor is still going to be over, but Balor hasn't done anything as of late. Now, I would like to see Balor get on a win streak. Trust me, I love Balor. I still like Balor. Don't get me wrong. But he hasn't done anything as of late. Baron Corbin's done with the new gimmick. Baron Corbin could go along with the gimmick, and he could be helping Kurt Angle along while getting victories, and he could even hold the championship at one point. I know I'm pushing it there, but it's a possibility. Next, we're going to talk about Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura. This is a match that I'm surprisingly really looking forward to. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura, we all know, fought AJ Styles about 4 or 5 times for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and we never really got that dream match perspective that we all thought we would get. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura, a lot of people going into WrestleMania were like, you know what, Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura has been at the top of his game for the past year and a half, ever since debuting from NXT. So what if Shinsuke Nakamura beats AJ Styles here at WrestleMania? We walked into the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, all of us, every single one of us that walked in there, we walked in thinking that Nakamura could actually win the title. We thought Nakamura was going to win on that given night. You have the AJ Styles fans cheering for AJ. You have the Nakamura fans cheering for Nakamura. And then, after the match, we're all like, wait a minute, that's it? That's it? AJ Styles won? That's it? There's no 5-star match that AJ Styles barely gets out? There's no 4-star match that Nakamura wins? There was nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong, the match wasn't bad. It wasn't. But we were all underwhelmed by it. We all had the highest expectations going into it. And we all thought Nakamura was walking out of New Orleans with that title. He didn't. Shinsuke Nakamura did not walk out New Orleans with the title. They were all like, okay, how about Backlash? Didn't happen. How about Greatest Royal Rumble? Didn't happen. How about Money in the Bank? Didn't happen. So now we have Shinsuke Nakamura vying for an opportunity to have the mid-card title, which via Jeff Hardy is the United States Championship. And Shinsuke Nakamura, I think, after going through all this trial and error against AJ Styles, he needs a victory of some sort. And I think that is given in the United States Championship. I think he picks up the United States Championship at Extreme Rules and holds it going to SummerSlam, holds it on to Survivor Series. And if you want him in a big match at WrestleMania, here's your idea. Keep the title on AJ. Keep the title on Nakamura. Have them both titles on the line at WrestleMania. And then Nakamura can get his victory. And you could have the 5-star match. Now, I know I'm pushing it there. It's probably not going to be anywhere near that. But that's what I would do with it. Be a little creative. Or, you give the title to Nakamura. He holds it on through Survivor Series. He drops it eventually. I don't know who it to be. Maybe if Rusev's not the champion, Rusev could take it. And he can go on and do bigger and better things for WrestleMania season. I don't know what those bigger and better things might hold. Considering that AJ Styles might still be the champion, I doubt AJ Styles will be the champion. But I think Nakamura is going to get the call on Sunday night, saying he is going to pin Jeff Hardy after the Kinshasa. Next, we're going to talk about the steel cage match on the show. It is going to be Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens had a doctor's note last Monday Night Raw, and he was not able to compete. So, Braun Strowman came in, and he was all mad at Kevin Owens. He wanted to fight Kevin Owens right then and there. And Kurt Angle was like, wait a minute, you're going to hold this till Sunday. We're actually going to have a steel cage match between the two of you. Now, this stipulation screams big spot to me. And Kevin Owens is one of those guys. Kevin Owens, at one point during this match, he is somehow going to get Braun Strowman off his feet. That's going to be the whole premise of the match. Kevin Owens is going to find a way to get Braun Strowman off his feet, laying on his back on the mat. Kevin Owens is going to climb up the structure. He is going to look down. Braun Strowman is going to be standing. And either Braun Strowman is going to climb up there and throw him off himself, or Kevin Owens is going to commit suicide, basically, and jump off the entire cell, land on Braun Strowman, and put himself in danger of not winning the match. And at the end of the match, I know who's going to win. I have 100% confidence Braun Strowman is going to win this match. But I do expect the big spot from Kevin Owens. That's all I got to say about that match. I'm not really invested in the feud, but a steel cage match with Kevin Owens, you can always count me in. Next, we have the match of the night for Vince. Yeah, you thought I was actually thinking Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley's the match of the night. No. Pittsburgh is going to crap all over that match. Now, you remember what they did with Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns? You remember that? The CM Punk chants. The Let's Go Cena. Beach Ball Mania. Whatever was going on. Whatever they were chanting. I don't even care. They were doing the wave at one point. Everybody did not care whatsoever about that match. You put two men of equally and or less charisma. Roman Reigns' charisma has not changed since he's fought Jinder Mahal. But Bobby Lashley's charisma might be lower than Jinder Mahal. It might. And you're going to get, if not the same reaction, a worse reaction at Extreme Rules. And obviously, since there's nothing on the line, that means Roman Reigns is not forced to win, and which means they're going to build up their sympathy towards the big dog, and Bobby Lashley is going to get a victory. In my opinion, that is where they are going, and I think it is a very logical situation for them. Next, we have the cringiest segment on SmackDown Live. Yeah, it's not the princess. No. She ain't a princess. She's the cringe of Staten Island, Carmella. Carmella versus Asuka, with James Ellsworthless hanging up in the ceiling in a shark cage. So, do you care about this match? No. The match they put on SmackDown Live between Asuka and James Ellsworth was absolutely cringe. It was absolutely cringe. It was the worst segment that SmackDown Live has had for the past month. It's been awful. That was awful. It was awful on so many levels. It was botched by so many levels. I can't even explain. And you expect Carmella to be any better than James Ellsworth? They're about on the same wrestling scale there. And putting them against Asuka, and if they can't sell when Asuka's going for that headlock, you got an issue. You got an issue. I think that somehow, some way, Carmella finds a way to retain it. I think what's going to end up coming into play is James Ellsworth is going to somehow, maybe he brings pepper spray, maybe he brings some type of foreign object, brass knuckles, something. They're not going to actually use brass knuckles. You can guarantee that they're not using any sort of brass knuckles against Asuka in the women's division. No. There's going to be some type of illegal object, in my opinion, that James Ellsworth drops on down to Carmella. Carmella uses it without the ref seeing, and Carmella gets the victory. And that's her way to hold the title into SummerSlam. That's the only way I can see her beating Asuka. Again. Next, we're going to talk about the Bludgeon Brothers and Team Hell No. Now, on this show, I've already predicted that Shinsuke Nakamura takes the title, Seth Rollins takes the title, and the B-Team takes the title. So, what I have to go here is the Bludgeon Brothers are going to retain. I think they will actually retain. It's not just because I have 3 title changes already. I think the Bludgeon Brothers can actually retain the titles. Team Hell No is a nostalgic thing. And I don't think it's going to last very long. I really don't. Kane, he has his mayoral duties, and I don't see why they keep this up. I think after this, actually, Daniel Bryan goes off on his own. He goes off on his own. He can vie for the United States Championship after Jeff Hardy. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan. There's a dream match right there. But I don't know how it's going to happen, but I do believe the Bludgeon Brothers are going to find a way to beat a Team Hell No. And then, I'm going to tell you right now, Daniel Bryan's not going to be the one pinned. It's going to be Kane. It's going to be Kane. Daniel Bryan is not getting pinned by either Eric Rowan or Luke Harper. I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. You ain't in the Wyatt family no more. Sorry. Next, we're going to talk about probably one of, if not, the match that I'm most excited for. Now, this match ain't gonna be, 5-star match. I'm not worried about that. A 5-star match is the least of my concerns with these two guys. It really is. AJ Styles versus our Lord, our Savior, Rusev. Now, you got something special when you go anywhere. You could go to NXT. You could go to SmackDown, Raw. You could go to wherever. And you have Rusev Day chants. I've seen Rusev Day literally everywhere. I've seen Rusev Day shirts walking through the mall. I've seen Rusev Day shirts engraved, like people engraved, or not shirts, Rusev Day engraved into the side of one of the stalls. It's everywhere. I'm literally telling you, it is everywhere. Everybody loves Rusev Day. He's the most over thing in the entire company right now. And they could capitalize on it very easily and give the title to Rusev, which I would not mind. I do not mind Rusev getting the title. But I do struggle to see when Vince would give Rusev the title. Now, I have no issue with Rusev winning the title. I'm actually all for it. But I think what ends up happening is AJ Styles is going to beat Rusev by some sort of submission, whether it be the calf crusher or whatever it may be. I think he makes Rusev tap out. And I think Rusev actually never gets another title shot. Honestly. That's where I think it's going. I don't think Rusev's actually going to get another title shot. But if Rusev does win, I am actually going to throw a huge party for Rusev. I'm getting a cake with Rusev Day printed on it. I'm wearing my shirt. I'm getting a banner printed. It's going to be big. I will actually celebrate when Rusev wins because we all know Rusev's underappreciated. And if Rusev is the face of SmackDown Live, we're all going to be having huge smiles on our faces for the next 3 or 4 months whenever he ends up dropping the title. But it's going to be great. Rusev could actually win the title at Extreme Rules. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it did, that would leave everybody leaving Pittsburgh really excited about what the future holds with the boy, Rusev. Anyways, I'm going to be out for today. See you guys on the Extreme Rules review on Monday morning. Basically, that's all that I got for you today. See you guys next time. I'm out.